Alright guys, so not my finest day, that's for sure. I'm sure you guys agree. This is the reason why we don't trade like I'm gonna be right all the time. Yeah, I'm afraid, like, as much as I say it, there's always somebody that does it. Like, it's the same. You have to follow the same disciplines that you would if you were trading in any other way. Life happens. I could be right 100% of the time and you could still lose money because life happens. Like, you have to take that into account. And I'm not right 100% of the time. I'm right about 98% of the time. You know, so you have to make sure that you're not betting the house. You're not going all in on every single trade because you've had 3 wins in a row using this information. The 4th one will take all your money. You understand? You must trade responsibly, and it's days like this that will really make that clear. On the 1 month, we have for the daily behavior on the 1 month. This is really on point. It's a decline to and through a support level, and then we like return. You do like a U-shaped reversal below the support and come back and reuse it as support. That's the luxury card. It's usually from a crest. Looks like it's off of a crest as well, right? But as far as the Ace of Wands, definitely came way early in the morning. Way early in the morning. Not what I expected at all. Definitely put this daily reading into the 2% category. We're currently compiling a playlist of 100% accurate readings. We don't have it like out in front of everybody because there's like we have so many more to do. It would look like if you looked at how many I've done and then looked at how many were in the playlist, it would look like I didn't have like the majority weren't 100%, but they are. We just want to make sure that they're actually rated for accuracy before we put them on the list. So the majority of them are 100%. If we made a list for like ones that are crap, it would be like it would probably cumulative be like a less than a month's worth of days. That's over years. Yeah, Bitcoin. I've seen Bitcoin really being like the global safety move. It used to be gold and silver, but it's really become Bitcoin. It's just a lot easier to get your hands on than it would be to get bullion. A lot of people don't understand how to get bullion. They can get ripped off really easily, you know. So definitely agree with you there. It's a safety net, but it's going to become the future. It is the future. It's going to become the present, I should say. Although I'm more bullish on Ethereum than I am on Bitcoin. I just did so many readings today, guys. I have photographs. So there's three parts to every reading that I do. There's when I actually do the spiritual reading, like the spiritual session, which is all about energy work, and then I take a photograph of the actual reading where I ask the question. Then the second part is when I mark it up for SO meta-analysis and find the pattern recognition, using pattern recognition, find the highs and lows and all that stuff. And then the third part is when I actually record it. It takes a lot of time, guys. But today I got, as far as Novembers, I got like 22 different Novembers already photographed. I did a bunch of 1 years as well. And a bunch of 10 years. We got Atom token, or Atom token if you want, the Cosmos it goes by as well. 10 year, we got DOT, which is Polkadot. There's a 10 year for that coming out. Litecoin, LTC. And TRX, which is Tron coin, as well as Vinu, Vita Inu. So we got a bunch of crypto coming out very shortly, my friends. If you're just hopping on, we were just talking about how this is one of those days that comes into a 2%. Now, if you look at the overall theme card on the 1 month, we definitely have a crest that we sell down to and through a support level, and we're very much likely to do a U-shaped reversal here and come back and use this support level based on what the 1 day is showing. Right, these are kind of bullish out of decline cards. It's just we have a low correlator here as well at the end of the day. What I went ahead and did is, after I recognized that I had missed out, like the timing was really off on this high, I went ahead and I opened up some cheap out of the money puts that expire out on the let me see here, on the 19th, with the idea to sell them on the 14th. The 13th or the 14th, probably the 14th. I did not sell my long position because I do feel like we've got a pretty serious gap up over the weekend. So I couldn't pinpoint the high. It's a little screwy, but there's like there's a gap up over the weekend. So very likely we come close to a high, or we come close to these price levels again. It would be nice to see Princess of Swords in here, but I don't. And it's definitely a bearish day. I'm not sure what you mean with your wording for the balance, Raymond. What do you mean by for the balance? Do you mean in relation to the low of October? Do I see a lower low than the October low? Is that what you're asking me? And hello to you as well. Sorry I let you down today, man. That's that 2%, you know. It's really, really important, and it's tempting. It's very tempting with the accuracy that we have on this channel to like go all in, like three trades in a row. But you'll learn really fast if you go all in on trades. It'll almost certainly be the time that you shouldn't have, and you end up with nothing. So you want to make sure that you follow the same disciplines that you would if you were trading with technical analysis or on a tip from some person. You know, like, it's super important to follow the same disciplines, guys. It's making money in the market has a lot more to do with following discipline than it ever does with knowing if it's going up or down. Like, you can know it's going up and be right and still lose money if your discipline is off. I'm a walking, talking example of that. I had to learn discipline the hard way, like everything else. Do I see a lower October? I'm thinking we probably are going lower than October. I mean, based on like how off this bullish relief rally is, like the energy was more of like a. I'm really disappointed by it. The big move was early in the month when I did, or early in the week when I did something stupid and capped off my gains, and then I was hoping to see more of that move. It never came, and I just kind of like ate up some of my profits. But yeah, based on that. The overarching trend is still very, very bearish based on what I'm seeing, but it does follow the Mercury retrograde strategy quite well. So you can see, right, we have this like move higher followed by a big drop. We have a move higher followed by a big drop. And we should see that this drop go lower based on the fact that it's got to follow this pattern somewhat. We should see it go lower than, very likely lower than this. Do I see lower low October's lower low in October than September? Very, very likely, my friend. Before the 25th. So if it's not the lowest low on like the 24th, 25th, then we probably have an even lower one on the 31st. But based on what I'm seeing on the 1 month, I think for the S&P 500, the low is probably like the 24th or probably the 24th or the 25th. And then we have a little bit of a push back upwards. I've seen the low on the 31st for quite a few stocks though. I don't think that's too low, no. Man, I wish I could find that post that I did with the price levels. I think what happened, unless Philip remembers seeing it, I might have sent it to my assistant to like edit, and she never got around to it. She was like really kind of dropping the ball a bit there. We've definitely broken through 200-day moving average. Oh, that's on a weekly though. Hold on. Oh, we broke through the 200-day a while ago. But on a weekly, guys, we broke through the 200-day on a weekly today. Or yesterday, I should say, but we're below it. We haven't been able to stay above it. 320 being down. 320. I don't think 320 is out of the question, my friend. I'm pretty confident we hit 340. Very likely we hit 320 as well. Let me look at that 1 year again. I mean, November's not looking great, guys, either. You know, November's got a unicursal hexagram in it as well. I'm just finishing up the November dailies today. I got so much done. I'm really proud of myself for today. I got so much done. Got a bunch of 2023 1 years done as well. My cards say no to 320. My cards say no to 320. They say yes to 340 though. I think you're right, Round Earth. Bitcoin Bitcoin has seen its lows, or it's very, very close. I'm pretty sure Bitcoin's seen its lows already. My Bitcoin readings and my Ethereum readings have been pretty on point. Yeah, ETH has a lot more room to grow. It's also going to be like really like widely accepted by governments. So I purchased a little bit of puts. They're speculative puts, but like I just know, like when I saw that I was so off on the reading, you know, all bets are off. I wanted to make sure it created doubt, so I wanted to make sure I didn't miss out on a big move because we're mostly bullish. the last thing I want to do is I mean, we're mostly bearish. The last thing I want to do is be all bullish right now when I expect it to be bearish for the majority of the month and end up having it start too early. That would suck. So I got in a little bit earlier than I planned to, but that's based on what happened. And I did not sell my long positions. I'm looking to sell those on Monday. Yeah, I think so. I don't think we're going to see 320. I don't think it's an outrageous prediction, but I don't think we're going to see 320. I'm pretty sure we see 340 though. We might see 320 like in like extended hours or something where we don't have the opportunity to like take advantage of it or something like that. But so what I thought was a fake out where it was going to make it look like we're going lower, really based on the fact that we did not do nearly as much of a relief rally as I expected. Well, we kind of did. We just did it a lot sooner than expected. I thought we were going to rally into today rather than like all be in the first like part of the week. But the point being is the fake out's really that the fake out is really that relief, that bounce. That was the fake out in the September low. I wish I could find those price levels because I would be so, like I can make a post of that and oh my god, we get so much traffic. Alright guys, so if you're just hopping on, I went ahead and I opened up some puts, some out of the money puts, super speculative, but out of the money puts today when I recognized that I had missed the boat on this. It happened way early in the morning. Missed the boat on this. Happened way more early in the morning and just been declined since. Very off on the 1 day here. Definitely very off on the 1 day. As far as the 1 year, I'm thinking that, I mean the 1 month, I'm thinking that the highs are really on Monday. I might be off though because I was so off today. The overall trend, the overall chart behavior for the 7th on the 1 month is actually really accurate. See, there's three significant trade opportunities on Monday. My sense is we open higher than our close today, and we fall pretty hard from there. So I was saying I've got quite a bit of crypto lined up to be released over the next few days. I got a 10-year for Litecoin, Vinu, which is Vita Inu, a 10-year for TRX, Troncoin, one for Polkadot, DOT, and another one for Atom Token, or Cosmos, I think I go by as well. Those are just the 10 years. I also did a bunch of 2023s and a bunch of Novembers. Yeah, but Philip, I would definitely, no matter what happens on Monday, I would, Monday, Tuesday, like, there's gonna be like a pop and a drop in there somewhere, like very, it's the way that I see it is I might be wrong on the next couple of days. It seems like my sequence has been a little bit like off by like half a day, really. And if that's the case, I could miss out on that high, but as long as I still have something like for the long-term downside, I should be good to go. I don't want to miss out on the downside move. When we look at the 1 month again, guys, when we're looking at the Mercury retrograde pattern, we are following the same pattern here. We went bullish and then a big drop, bullish and then a big drop, right? So we should see a little bit more of a move to the downside. Well, maybe not a little bit more, but a few more days of move to the downside, I should say. And then we should see a little bit of a return in the last few days of this period here, which are like, that would make perfect sense based on what I'm seeing. I think we have a significant low on the 13th, and then I think we probably go lower on the 14th, even than that. Yeah, I did a price level video. I recorded it at least. And at that time, I was sending my videos to my assistant to like edit, and she was dropping the ball on a lot of them. Like I was sending her so much stuff, and then half of it was getting put up. I'm too nice sometimes, guys. Too nice sometimes. In any case, I hope that's not what happened. But that might have been what happened. It was around Thanksgiving of 2021 when I did the video, when I did the predictions for the coming decline. I'm sure there's a video in there somewhere around the 28th where I say this is the last opportunity this is probably the last opportunity that you'll have before a major decline commences. And I was wrong. We had one more opportunity a few days later, but that was it. It was right at the high, and we've been declining ever since, basically. So if I can find that video where I said that, oof, it's gold for the channel. Yeah, see, it's so strange though, like Prince of Wands in there. I'm gonna have to revisit these Prince cards because when I was really, really wrong, the last time I was really, really wrong, and this is like, I don't know, this is pretty bad. It's not all off, but it's pretty bad today. The last time I was really, really wrong, it had to do with the Prince of Swords doing the opposite of what I expected, and so here we are with these Prince of Wands. Prince of Wands at the high, Prince of Wands at the high, and then on the 1 month we have Prince of Wands. Funny enough, Prince of Wands as the low significator, so a rally out of a low here, increasing with momentum. Super off, if you ask me. Yeah, so I'm going to have to do some research on these princes. You probably heard me saying a few times that the Prince of Swords recently seems to be more of a bullish card than a bearish card like I recently thought. It's about that time when I update the book. I'll update the ebook to, like, I guess, what is that, second edition? I'll update the ebook before the end of the year. We're having a bug with the blog posts on the website. They're actually a research tool, guys. There's hashtags at the bottom of every blog post. Philip, you'll probably really like this, dude. So at the bottom of every blog post on the website, tarotfortraders.com, there's hashtags for each of the tarot cards that appears on that day. And my assistant is going through and putting dailies. We stopped putting daily charts up for a while. Unfortunately, you can't really go back farther than a month to get them, but we started doing it again. And basically, you're able to search by the card. It'll bring up all of the dates where that card appeared, and then you can utilize that those posts to look at charts and see how that card really behaves in real, on a chart. That's how I extrapolated a lot of the information that I extrapolated. But we had a big bug with it when they updated the way they were handling blog posts on Wix, and it was like almost a year where I can do research. Now I can do research again, so I'm pretty stoked. I'm going to get even better. And here we go, guys. We've got some real sticky stuff going on now. Like I said, there's likely a bit of a decline at the end of the day with the push out of it. Oh, really? I have an original post with so much info? I don't even remember that. Is it easy to find that post, Philip? I'm so glad I did that. It's glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear that you already knew that. I'm so glad I bought those puts. Just gotta say. At least I am right now. Tomorrow, Monday morning, I might not be so happy. Yeah, my older dailies definitely did. So we went through a couple of people that used to do the hashtags, like tighten up all the posts. And then we started like cutting hours and stuff like that because we were running out of funding. So there's a lot that wasn't getting done that should have been getting done. But that's the way that a startup works. Sometimes you just don't have the funding to do it. I had so much money when I first started and I sucked at it. And I lost so much figuring it out. By the time I figured it out, I had so little money to play with. It's just like slow and steady to get it back. And I fell victim to my own hubris many times where I'm like, oh man, I can't be wrong. Like, look at this. I'm right, 100% right, like 6 days in a row. Boom. And then I bet everything on all in, and boom, that would be the day. Like a sick joke from the universe. Sisyphus. Sometimes I felt like Sisyphus. Do you feel like it was too much information on the older dailies, Philip? TradingView actually went into the website, saw that I was taking photos of news headlines on television, and like time stamping them and using them as like historical archives of news headlines throughout the day. And they went ahead and they did what I wanted to do but didn't have the funding to program, which is an API that you basically put in the ticker and it'll bring up all the news in chronological order for that ticker. It's pretty sick. But that was totally my idea. They stole it. They were like, hey, check out what we made. Like your website. Hey, we're at 7 viewers, guys. That's the most I think we've had at once on YouTube. I think. If everybody goes and shares this live stream with somebody right now, we'll probably break that record. And I'm gonna run and see if somebody's at the door real quick. I think I'm gonna do a post where I basically just say, guys, I'm not right all the time. Please, please, please don't trade like I'm right all the time. It's super easy to fall victim to thinking that you can't lose with this information because the accuracy is so high. But we are not right all the time. If you trade like that, you will lose. I feel like that would actually be kind of like good marketing as well. It's a serious warning. Oh wow, we're at 8 viewers, guys. That's our highest yet. Woo! I love growth. I love to see growth. Welcome. Yeah, I got you, man. Well, when we get enough funding coming back in, you know, when people's when people's 5% start like adding up, and we have more traffic, and YouTube is paying us for our content and all that stuff, like then I'll be able to get a full-time team, and we will start creating all sorts of stuff, guys. I built a MySpace website in 2005 that had everything that MySpace had before MySpace had it, and it's like, I didn't know enough about business at the time, but I know my ideas are sound. That's like a multi-billion-dollar idea. I've had plenty of those. There may be something environmentally related next week, guys. There's domestic unrest, and there may be something environmental, like related to the environment, climate related, probably towards the end of the week. So if you guys are just hopping on, it's definitely one of those 2% days, and by 2% I mean I'm not right all the time, guys. Please, I'm not right all the time. Please don't expect me to be. Please don't trade like I am. I am right more of the time than any professional analyst on the planet, and my accuracy is, I don't even know, like 100 times better if you can measure it. It's like, it's just way more detailed, you know, so I'm not worried about it. But, you know, it happens. I apologize for letting people down. In any case, we were able to, the cards are never wrong. Sometimes I interpret them wrong. But when that happens, the majority of the information that we find through the cards is done through deductive reasoning. So when you're wrong, that just takes out one option. Like it takes, okay, if it's not that, then it's got to be this, right? And it becomes even clearer to figure out what the cards were really saying. Right, so if it mimics the same pattern, then this decline should likely go through past this price level here, the 357. Either, probably not today. Yeah, for sure, Philip. I had to learn the hard way. I was like, oh man, like, I'm gonna be a gazillionaire. No, I'm not gonna be a gazillionaire. At least not anytime soon. It's it's not a gift for me. It's a gift for other people. The gift for me is the giving of something that can't, like, nobody else can give. Makes me feel really cool. You know, I feel cool about it. Probably not the best choice of words, but you get what I'm saying. So Philip, we've got a ton of stuff coming out on the website. Philip's one of the people that pays a little extra to see all of the stuff on the website. That's like, the stuff on the website is stuff that's released the same day that it's scheduled to release on YouTube, like down the road. So like, whatever readings I've done, even if they're scheduled to release like weeks later, they're usually live on the site or up on the site sooner. So we've got the rest of November dailies coming out. We got a ton of November stuff coming out. We got a bunch of we're going to start doing the 2023s, so that by the time we get to 2023, we've done like a boatload of them. Yeah, that's also a smart move, man, to go with stocks instead of options. Options are super speculative. I mean, there are not speculative. Like, you could use a vertical call spread or a vertical put spread to make like a chunk of change and have it be a lot safer of an investment. If you've ever tried doing that, like, that's how I first got into options, was with vertical call spreads. I learned a proprietary system through Onyx Trading was the company. They're probably still around. He was good. He didn't get that I was predicting with tarot cards, and my whole strategy was based on what I saw in the future rather than what happened in the past. But I couldn't tell him. He wouldn't have understood at that time. Story of my life. Okay, so here we go, right? 342 at the end of there. We've got this like move to the upside out of a decline, right? This bullish kind of energy here. Yeah, it happened way early, guys. Like, all right, so technically we opened higher than where we closed. If you look at the post market, there was a bit of a gap there, right? So technically that was okay. Technically, you know, I mean, it's not always the exact same. It's not exact science here, guys. Sometimes the cards are going to be a little different. But then we had selling from overbought crest or peak, selling notable decline, did not offer an opportunity to open up a long position. Oof. There was like this long spike here right before the open, which I see happen in the extended hours a lot on the E-Trade charts. There'll be like this split second spike all the way up or down. Right, U-shaped dip. No, that's the U-shaped dip there. Right, and then the ruin card, and then we have bumping up against resistance, sideways rotation, all skewed with the downward trend. So we're really in a bearish kind of trend right now, guys. Super bearish. And then we have the futility. You could say this is the futility card, and then boom, we're in the strength card now. I wouldn't be surprised if we had if we came back to like 364-ish. I wouldn't be surprised. because it's the luxury card, right? The luxury card, 360, 350-ish. The luxury card on the 1 month, a decline to and through a support level, and then you do a U-shaped reversal below that support level and come back and reuse it as support. It depends on the strike price, Raymond. It really depends on the strike price, because it could be out far enough to see the entire decline, but it could be at a strike price that's so far out of the money that way like that it doesn't appreciate, because most people just expect it not to be in the money. So it doesn't appreciate, and you watch this decline happen without really taking part in making any money from it. So you have to be careful about you don't want to mess around with out of the money options like I do. You really don't want to mess around with out of the money options. They're super speculative. They're like, you know, depending on out of the money, they could be like 20% likely to be in the money at some point, you know, like, and that's just it. The value won't appreciate because the expectation of them being valuable later isn't there. Whereas like a couple dollars higher on a put option, like there's a huge move because it seems like it's going to be within that the price range that it moves to, if that makes sense. So you got to be careful. But as far as watching the decline, the 31st I think is probably an adequate expiration. Yes. Yeah, if you do at the money, I think you'll be fine, man. If you do at the money with that expiration, you should do quite well. Not everybody has the means to do at the money, you know, unfortunately. And if you want to make more like a smaller percentage but a higher likelihood of making money, you could even go with in the money options. Those are by far the least speculative of options, in the money options. Deep in the money options. And then even less risky strategy for using options would be an in the money vertical spread. Super, super low risk. Also caps off your gain quite substantially, but, you know, I mean, risk reward, right? All right, you have a great weekend too, Raymond. Thanks for watching, man. Appreciate the support. And I like your idea, Philip, for the account for your mom. I'm doing something similar. So I'm still doing readings, guys. Any November readings that you guys want to see. Also, the next Mercury retrograde actually starts in December. So I'm gonna want to have like all of January. Matter of fact, let me see when it ends. Okay, so the influence is in December and January, and the actual retrograde's at the end of December. So I'm going to want to have all of January and February done before going going into December, the end of December. Wow, I got so much work cut out for me. Oh my god. And there's 4 Mercury retrogrades this year. Again. Oh my god, man. 4. It's either 3 or 4. It's usually 3, but man, two years in a row with 4 is just like, come on. It's a lot of good trade opportunities, though. It's an extra 2 trade opportunity windows. So likely what's going to happen is we're going to decline past this price level here. Am I in horizontal? No. Alright, so we already passed through that price level, right? So we should decline further. And then there'll be a little bit of it. It's going to look something like this. Sorry. Ugh, it's so hard to do with the mouse. Probably something like that. There's a little bit of choppiness in there. There's some choppiness in there, and then we do this. Oh my god, I missed out on that. I wasn't paying attention. A 1 to 15 reverse stock split. That's awesome. Oh yes, MNMD is a buy and hold. I'll add that one. Let me see if I have that on the list. If it's not on the list, I'll add it to the list for you, my man. Oh, I don't even have the 10-year for it. Okay, I'm going to do the 10-year today. And then I'll do the 2023 as well. as I develop this Excel sheet, I'm thinking it might actually end up being like a good little addition to like the membership of our website, being able to see this stuff, because I'm identifying the years that I want to buy stocks and the years that I want to sell stocks, and then I'm isolating the months within those years, and it's all color coded. Yeah, all right. So I put MNMD on the list. Look, I mean, there was a time when people were like, I don't know about marijuana, medical marijuana. It seems pretty crazy. Seems pretty crazy, medical marijuana, yada, yada, yada. Well, I will tell you guys, I've got my own experiences with some of these different substances and how they affect mental health and that sort of stuff. And I'm a big believer in the LSD one. I think it probably expands. It probably activates parts of the brain that aren't activated normally, is my sense. But I mean, you know, there was a time when everyone's like, oh, I don't know, man. I don't know. Marijuana? That just seems so revolutionary. What a provocative idea. No. So psilocybin, LSD, and MDMA, I mean, it's like getting into that, you could say, into that kind of like industry play at the same, like with the same timing that if you got into like the marijuana stock play before, everybody's like, oh, marijuana stocks. That's where it is right now. I think there's probably quite a few people that got in way too early and bolted out of it because it's been around for a bit. But you know, it's all about timing. Like when I bought Apple, it was $90 before the iPhone. You know, like a month before the iPhone came out. It's about timing. See that? Look at that. So close. So close to that price level. You could say this actually as well. But it looks like we'll probably be moving sideways along the price level around here as support in the post market. Any altcoins that you guys want to see? I've been really focusing on altcoins because they seem to be growing the channel quite a bit. Yeah, that's a smart move, Raymond. I think that's probably a smart move. Like if you miss out, if you miss out on like a move to the upside, it might be a big move, but it's like one move. You know what I mean? Better not to miss the downside play. 359 seems like a pretty decent price, strike price as well. I think you did well, my man. All right, guys, I'm going to grab a drink, give you guys a minute to ask any last questions, and then I'm going to log. Hermes. It's probably into trouble. Oh, there you are, buddy bear. A lotto call? You mean a lotta? SLGG? I got that one on the list. Let me highlight it. And, yep. You got it, my man. Thank you. I have AESE as a buy in 2024. On the long-term scale, anyways, that's the best buy. Doesn't mean you can't get it at a lower price. It's just a matter of sitting patiently through highs and lows, you know? Definitely speculative. So it expires on the 10th? I mean, I would sell that immediately if it opens up profitably. I would sell it immediately. No matter where the price of the of SPY is, I would sell that like first thing in the morning. uh, I hate having options that expire same day. My brain just goes like nuts. I'm like panicking on thought process and time, you know. Any cryptos, guys? I'm really looking for some. There's a huge list of cryptos, but if there's any that you guys are really interested in, I'll make sure I put them on the list. The cryptos really seem to be growing their channel, as well as like the ones that are like real cheap stocks that you guys are pointing out and asking about, like GTII and TTOO. Like stocks like that also have been growing the channel pretty well. Yeah. Okay. So that wasn't a typo. I thought so. So, Litecoin is coming out very, very shortly. These are 10 years. Venu, Litecoin, Polkadot, and Atom token, ATOM token. All right, guys, I'm going to roll. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks for the support, guys. As always, remember to follow that rule of karma. Best of luck to you. VeChain, Matic, and Theta. Matic is on the list. That's actually getting done very, very soon, like today. Let me highlight it, though. VeChain is on the list. And Theta. Theta is not on the list. Let me add that. Thank you. All right, guys, I'm rolling. Thanks for watching. Have a great weekend. I'll see you guys on Monday.